I'm going to teach you something that might sound offensive to you if you're not ready to hear it, but it'll help you avoid being taken advantage of in the long run. And it's a good trait to recognize in yourself and be able to temper that before you're taken advantage of. And so you've all heard the phrase, if you walk into a room and within 5 to 10 minutes you can't tell who the sucker is, you are the sucker. It doesn't always have to be the case. Every person in that room could learn how to think and behave so they're not taken advantage of. But most people will not do that because they are emotional. And so this is the trait you need to be aware of. When you engage in some sort of professional discourse, right? I'm not talking about when you're roasting people online or you're having arguments with people, you can't stand or whatever, and it's already devolved into ad hominem attacks and you're just slinging shit at each other. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're dealing with matters of truth and service to truth and in somewhat of a professional capacity. If you catch yourself defaulting to addressing the person rather than the subject matter, that is the indication that you need to recognize you've just slid into logical fallaciousness and you're behaving or defaulting to emotionalism. And the reason this matters is because emotionalism is what women biologically default to. And this is not to knock women. There's obviously a time where emotions benefit an individual in certain circumstances, but in terms of servicing truth, in terms of being impartial, in terms of running any type of business, country, whatever, community, emotionalism doesn't benefit you. It's really good for taking care of children. It's not good for running nations. It's not good for getting to the bottom of a matter. So if you find yourself defaulting to emotionalism, to just attacking, because you can't attack someone's argument, you attacked your perceived, your perception of that person, whether it's, the way you think they are versus, have you ever even met that individual in real life? Address their behavior, address what they've said. If they have a history of lying, whatever, that's fine to point out their previous behavior. But if all you have is ad hominem attacks, then you're the one that's behaving like a woman. And if this doesn't get corrected, because it's rampant, if it doesn't get corrected, what you will have is a nation of superstitious, emotional people that can't sustain any type of rule of law. And that's by and large what the Western world has become. Feminine. Out of control feminism. Not rationale, not logic, not temperance, but imbalanced relativism. And so that is what a predator can take advantage of. Because if you can default to emotionalism, which is really going to just be religion and your religious beliefs, and everything you spout is going to be to reinforce your beliefs, not ever discerning truth. That is a quality that anyone can take advantage of, because all they have to do is tell you what you want to hear. And you will invest your energy into them, and which that's generally going to be your currency, your wealth, and they're going to make off like bandits. And you see that in everything. When I say religion, I'm not talking about just like, Abrahamic stuff. I'm talking about religion, your belief in everything. Are you observing truth, or do you just have a belief in something? Right? Money, government, all of that stuff. It's all included. There's a lot of religious views, and people are defaulting to emotionalism, which is the feminine side of everything. That's what females default to. It's not practical for ruling a nation or for governing your own behavior. So if you can't tame that, people are going to take advantage of you, and you're going to lose your culture and your country. Keep that in mind. If you're struggling on where to start with that and how to get out of that idealistic religious fatalism, whatever you want to call it, pick up Get Mad or Get Realistic, and I'll include the links to all of my work. And I hope this finds you well, and I hope this finds you taking action to better yourself and to not be taken advantage of by controlling your own thoughts, your own emotions, and thus your own behavior. Have a good one.